What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Oh, we're going to talk about OnlyFans again today. That's right. I'm not just going off against OnlyFans, right? Like, I'm all about people making money, right? I'm all about people doing what they can do to survive. But my job here, as I view my job, is to explain the positives and the negatives, because a lot of people watch this channel. And if you're a male, like I gave you my experience last video on this about where I was approaching an opportunity to strip, to put myself through college. But then even without the internet and the fact that the internet's forever, if you are nude online, your pictures are online somewhere. Someone will find those pictures, and most likely it will prevent you from getting a C-suite job when you get older. Just being real, I told you a story about, for example, a female CEO, right? You're looking for the job. They comb through everything. They comb through your history. They comb through everything you say on Twitter, on Facebook, all that stuff. And then they see that, oh, well, there's the CEO's boobies. Or, oh, there's the CEO's pee-pee. And at the end of the day, man, that doesn't look good. Board members do not want to have someone representing their company who's been nude online. However, when you're young and you're attractive and dudes are just going to pay you all this money to just see your boobies and see you partake in acts that we do as human beings anyway. Yes, I will give you guys a human beings have sex. It happens. I've had sex 3 times. I have 3 kids. That's it, man. I just have sex for a purpose. We're planners in this household. Anyway, I want to tell you guys, I want to talk about the dangers of porn. Again, I'm not anti-porn. I've watched porn before. I had my Jenna Jameson collection when I was a teenager. I get it. I've watched porn. I have. I admit it. I've watched porn. Do I currently watch porn? I mean, you could consider watching most bodybuilding shows or Instagram pages porn. You know, you got the bikini division, you got Instagram, you got Twitter. I mean, I don't know. Those are pretty provocative things going on. But no, I don't currently watch porn. And I haven't. I just don't think I have time. Like when I'm like in a hotel room, I'm busy working or sleeping. I'm not in there like, man. And when I'm at home, I have kids. And I don't know how people with kids and a wife, how do you even watch porn and, do whatever you do to yourself, right? Like, how do you even, like, where do you find the time? Do you go in like a separate bedroom? Is that what these little man caves are for? I'm confused. When do you whack it, guys? Like, I don't know. Like, if you have a family and kids, do you wait for the wife go to get groceries? I mean, how does it even work? But I want to talk about how OnlyFans are turning men into bigger simps than they've ever been. And I want to also give you my thoughts on strip clubs. Look, man, there's no other thing I can say other than this video might make hoes mad. And I don't want to make hoes mad. I love hoes. I'm all inclusive of hoes. Hoes make the world go round. I believe it's the oldest profession, for goodness sakes. I am a fan of hoes. But I will say that hoedom has its drawbacks, right? So let's start with porn. Everybody's like, yeah, we can start with porn. Yeah, let's go. So we're going to go to everyone's favorite eye doctor who pretends to know everything about every subject. That is Huberman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, that is, who is all of a sudden an expert on sleep, an expert on growing muscle, an expert on losing fat, an expert on neurophysics, an expert on everything. For some reason, he's become the guy. So I figured, hey, people keep telling me Huberman did this podcast on porn. I didn't listen to that one, but I'm joking around. I like Andrew Huberman. I don't like him as much as Joe Rogan, but I like him because he likes science, and I like science too. Okay. I can get over him being a professor at Stanford. Like, for goodness sakes, their mascot is a fucking tree. But like, hey, I'm okay with Andrew Huberman. So from an article in LAD Bible, I don't know how to, I've only seen it in writing. I've never heard anybody say it. Dr. Andrew Huberman, an acclaimed Stanford neuroscientist, has shared his thoughts on what his possible dangers are, especially for young kids who are consuming a lot of pornography. And I admit I'm a case study. I consumed some pornography as a child. It is what it is, man. Like, I grew up in a household where, like, okay, here's the story. So my dad's friend sold he owned a video store, and he got rid of all his beta. This is how old I am too. His beta cassettes, and went to all VHS for his store. So he gave my dad a bunch of cassettes that were beta, but like 20% of them are porn. And my dad thought it was smart. So we had this like storage unit, but you had to use a ladder to get to the top to get the porn. My dad didn't understand that I could work a ladder at 12 years old. It was crazy. Speaking on a podcast with YouTuber Chris Williamson, again, a guy I listen to. Chris Williamson is great. The doctor explained how not all pornography is bad, but how it is consumed negatively, how it is consumed can negatively affect a person's sex life due to impact on arousal. And I'll explain this in a second. There are good data to support the idea that if your brain learns to be aroused by watching other people have sex, it is not necessarily going to carry over the ability to get aroused when you're one-on-one with somebody else, right? He said, that's absolutely true. And the data backs it up. They actually have done studies on this where they've shown people porn and studies. I was never like asked to be a subject in these studies. Like, where do they find these people? I'd be like, okay, guy, we need you to watch porn, then have sex with someone. I'm like, yeah. It's other than like the exercise ones. It's like they want muscle biopsies and you to follow these crazy programs. It's like, no, we want you to just watch porn and have sex. I'd be like, I get paid for this? Yes, I'm in. There are good data, like I just said. Thank you, Dr. Huberman, to support the idea if your brain learns to be aroused by watching other people. Oh, wait, no, I just read the same thing. Especially young kids who are consuming a lot of pornography, the brain is learning sexual arousal to other people having sex. Personally, I'm at that age where I get disgusted by even attractive people kissing now. I don't want to see any PDAs. I don't want any public displays of affection. People are like, oh, well, you're homophobic because you don't like seeing guys kissing in public. No, I don't like to see anybody kissing in public. Man, I don't even hold my wife's hand anymore. That's icky. She got cooties and shit, bro. As you know, I am not a psychologist. Well, everybody thinks Andrew Huberman's an everythingist now. Well, you know, Andrew Huberman said this about bench pressing. Does he even fucking lift? Like, seriously? Like, anyway, no, I would give my left testicle to be on his podcast. I love Andrew Huberman. I'm just talking shit. He's supposedly a really good guy. Okay, let's move on. But the idea here is that, I'm not saying pornography as a stimulus is bad or good. What I'm saying is in its availability in extreme forms, it's a very potent stimulus. I'll get into this in a second. I'm going to get into it. Porn. It's a very potent stimulus, a very potent stimuli of any kind, extremely palatable food, extreme pornography, not normal pornography, the extreme pornography, my favorite kind, extreme experiences like bungee cord jumping. Those set a threshold for dopamine release. Thank you, Andrew Huberman, for going over dopamine. Huge component in this talk we're having today. By the way, if you have any questions, ask them on this chat. If you're on YouTube, the higher the dopamine peak, the bigger the drop. And it's not that you drop to baseline, you drop below baseline. This comes, no pun intended, after it was revealed that traffic to porn sites spiked during the pandemic. I don't know if any of this really pertains to what we're talking to. And then there's a picture of banana below that. That's odd. Let me go off this thing right now. Okay. So I actually took a couple notes here because when I get in these videos, I tend to go off topic. If you haven't noticed that in the past since 2011, like my videos are notoriously off topic, so I'm going to try and stay on topic. So here's basically porn in a nutshell. Then we'll get into OnlyFans and making men into simps. So I need you to stay with me here because it all ties in together. I'm going to bring this all together. I promise you that. Okay. But before I get into that, let me tell you about MTS Nutrition Insurgent. Insurgent has been shown, one of the ingredients has been shown to raise your free and total testosterone by 20%. That's a modest increase, but also the reports of libido increase from that and from other ingredients in it are through the roof. From this video, code OF20, OnlyFans20, OF20 at tigerfitness.com, get you 20% off Insurgent. Buy one or buy 30 of them bitches. So let's talk about getting aroused. As Huberman alluded to, if you're used to seeing crazy shit, like you're used to seeing like crazy porn stuff, like that shit doesn't go on in normal bedrooms. As far as I know from the people, like they do crazy shit and they have multiple takes, right? Like, so like it could be like 3 different scenes. Like the dude didn't last 40 minutes, right? Like I'm good for about 4 to 40 seconds. Dude, like these guys are going for like entire scenes. Like it's crazy. So you're used to seeing this crazy shit. So you have unrealistic expectations of yourself and your partner, but also it's going to be harder to get aroused, right? Like I call this the DB effect. It's the dead body effect. And I attribute this to my good friend, Lincoln Fernandez, who worked in the classified department at Weeder Publications. So he was going in through fire school to become a fireman. And to become a fireman, you have to do your rounds as a paramedic. First time he saw a dead body, he threw up, he lost his ish, okay? He was completely, oh my God, it blew him up. It destroyed him. Long story short, after he saw his 5th dead body within 3 weeks, seeing a dead body was just a part of work. So if you're used to seeing some crazy hot blonde with big fake tits, big bouncing ass, and just looking all crazy porn good, and you're used to seeing them do crazy porn stuff, then you, with your wife, who just got, who took off all her makeup, she's in bed, she's wearing like this tablecloth turned into a nightgown, basically just maybe some granny panties. Like not all women go to bed in lingerie, especially if you have kids. Like you're looking at the most unattractive outfits ever and you're trying to like get aroused for this and you're used to seeing porn. You're going to be like, oh, where the fuck did my life go wrong? So there's one thing. It's the dead body effect, the DB effect. Lincoln Fernandez, if you see this, what's up, brother? Lincoln's crushing it, man. Lincoln's been doing great. This back in, by the way, the DB effect. That was 2003, I believe we came up with that term. Yep, aging myself again. So I started with the beta cassettes. Now we're talking about Lincoln Fernandez. Okay. Another thing is it's unrealistic. Like I just said, like you expect more from yourself and your partner, whether you're a woman who expects your dude to last for 4 hours, or you're a man who expects your woman to do crazy stuff. For example, I'm just going to say it here. My wife's sitting across from me and she's going to get mad at me for saying this because this is a family show. And I'm not going to say the bad word for it. Don't give me that look. You don't even know what I'm going to say. But it's akin to going to a salon and getting something called a facial. Those don't exist and women don't like that in real life. Maybe some do, but from what I've heard, there was actually a comedian who did a good skit on it. Like you expect your woman to do this crazy stuff and then she ain't doing it, okay? Because again, there used to be a product on the market called Ejaculoid. Ejaculoid. Look it up. And it's like in the early 2000s. I remember like I used to joke around like, have you ever met a woman like, I'd really like you to shoot more of that stuff at me. I want more of it. Don't give me, no, it's a video about OnlyFans. So at the end of that, Ejaculoid was a product. Ejaculoid was a product that was sold on the market. Again, unrealistic, right? Let's talk about dopamine issues. Dopamine is everything. That's what causes addiction. That's what cocaine spikes. That's why people take cold showers, kind of resets their dopamine, right? Pornography makes it where you have this dopamine rush and then there's a crash. And so you're constantly chasing the dragon. You're chasing the dopamine. So you rise, you crash, then you need more. And that leads to porn addiction. Or I would venture to guess that porn addiction could lead to other forms of addictions because people who become addiction prevalent, people who tend to get addicted to stuff, they get addicted to a lot of different things: gambling, smoking, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. People who get addicted to shit get addicted to shit. Instant gratification, right? It's kind of like Tinder, okay? Tinder, now back in the day when I was a young buck, right? Like we used to have to like meet women, meet girls, spit game at them. You guys remember spitting game? We used to spit game. Spitting game doesn't mean we're actually spitting on people. It means that we are talking to a girl, trying to convince them to give us the time of day so we can hopefully go on a date with them. And then we could hopefully, play baseball. First base, second base, third base, he scores. So that is what spitting game is. These days, kids don't have to spit game, man. They swipe right, they swipe left. They swipe right, they swipe left. And these people are just hooking up. Like there's no chase. It's instant gratification. And I think humans have an innate need to actually go out and acquire and hunt. Oh, dude, sneaky nugget. Yes. At the mall. So here's a funny story. That's why I love having these lives, because it brings up some stuff. So my friends and I used to go to the mall, and we used to practice our game on ugly girls so we could be ready to spit game at the hot girls. So we'd warm up, like we'd practice our different messages, right? Like I had more of a funny approach. Like I had some friends, and I'm going to say this, like, so I found that the best game, my black friends had the best game because they would say stuff that would get me slapped. Girl, you got a hot ass. If I would say that, I get punched in the face. But for some reason, when they said it, they didn't get hit. Like, I'm like, how do you do that? You know, so game was a thing. So yeah, at the mall, for me, it was the Fox Hills Mall at the time. And we'd actually go down to, if you guys know California, Del Amo Mall. We'd go hit that up once in a while, West Side Pavilion. So that was my stomping grounds. You don't go to Venice Beach because you just get homeless people and freaks. But yeah, that's kind of where it was at. So that is my talk on porn. Now let's talk about OnlyFans. Now I have much respect. I have many, many friends on Twitter. What do you call them? They're not followers. We follow each other. They're friends, whatever, acquaintances, Twitter friends, who are OnlyFans models. They're actually very introspective, smart people who are making money. So the problem is I also see when they post like just normal like OnlyFans girls stuff, right? And dudes are just absolute simps. Dudes are just absolutely pathetic. They're pathetic. They are groveling. They are simping. And they're weak. And I think that's a statement for society at large right now. So, okay, granted, okay, here's a dude like flirting with a girl. Okay, we're going in the right direction. But it's not the kind of flirting you want. These are girls who are openly using you for money just you get a glimpse of their private parts. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is not what men do. And I'll even take it further. You hear people bragging about, yeah, we going to strip club. We going to the club. We going to strip. Dude, she doesn't like you, bro. And if she does like you, it's because you're throwing money at her. If you are unable to procure a person of the opposite sex without paying them, you're a bitch. I'm sorry. Men who go to strip clubs are just weak bitches. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. She doesn't like you. As Chris Rock said, there's no sex in the champagne room. They are literally, you are paying to be teased. And if you want to be teased and turned down, by all means, get married. You know I was going there. By all means, dude, I get turned down enough as a married man that I don't need to go to the strip club. I'm fulfilling everything here. It's perfect. So I'm not quite understanding this. So what OnlyFans is, it's basically a virtual strip club where they actually might perform sex acts, right? Strip club, they dance a little. They might do some of those lollipop games. Look it up. Don't look it up. Whatever your choice. They might do some weird stuff. Depends what kind of club you go to. However, OnlyFans, you're not even seeing them in person. You're literally sitting there simping over a girl who probably has a boyfriend who she's not going to leave for you and paying a monthly subscription fee to see her private parts. Why not just go ask a girl on a date? Why not just go? And I understand if you're married and you go on OnlyFans because you can't go on a date. There's something inherently wrong with your marriage if you have to look at another girl naked. There just is. If you're paying Cindy to get naked for you and 1,000 other guys for $9.99 a month on OnlyFans, and you're a married man, I feel really bad for your wife because you should be spending that time paying attention to her. You should be spending that time trying to get in her pants. You should be spending that time, I don't know, like being a good man. Maybe spend that time, I don't know if you have kids, with your kids. If you're paying for OnlyFans and you're a married man, sorry, dude, you're a bitch. If you're paying for OnlyFans and you're a single man, sorry, dude, you're a simp. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anyone who subscribes to OnlyFans is a fucking loser. I'm sorry. You are just a soft bitch ass man. Go out and get a fucking girlfriend, dude. Stop whacking off to some girl for $9.99 a month who has no intention of ever being with you. If you go to strip clubs, sorry, dude, you're a bitch. You're just a bitch who at least does it in person. OnlyFans is a step below going to a strip club because you're not even leaving your house. You're sitting alone with a bottle of Jergens, just doing your thing at home. It's a bitch thing to do. Sorry, just are. That's all I got to say about that. Again, Insurgent. Again, there's human data behind this, dude. This ain't some scam like some other people do who sell whatever. Anyway, this is, again, there's an ingredient in here. Look it up. It's called Prima V. It's a She Legit extract. It's fantastic. Has alpha NRG, which has its own human data on it. Again, with Uricoma longifolia and L-carnitine L-tartrate, which also helps to free up bound testosterone. Code on tigerfitness.com is OF20, OF20. Anyway, guys, questions. Let's go. Hey, if you're watching this live, don't leave because I'm going to answer whatever y'all ask. Anything you ask, within reason. Anything you ask. So we are at 21 minutes right now. And let's go into this. Anyway, I pray for these girls on OnlyFans, unreal. So Doug, just to give you guys who are listening on Spotify, this guy has his little picture on YouTube is a priest praying. So Doug, I'm sure you're praying for them. And I'm sorry for the cursing, bro. But I'm sure, you know, I'll repent later. We'll be good. Bruno's Journey says, I'm trying to white knuckle my way through that porn struggle. Not sure if that's a pun, but you probably should stop squeezing so hard that you have white knuckles because you might hurt your penis. Okay. From Scott Rich, you're spot on. Thank you, Scott. Yep, I think I am. From Ron Stoppable. What a good name, Ron. What a good little image, too. Is that you as a devil or you with cool hair doing a deadlift? Pretty dope. I can't believe OnlyFans has progressed as it has. Wow, dude, we got a lot of interaction here, guys. These lives, I'm trying to do them every day. These lives are kicking off. I love doing them. Ross, there's so much free porn online. How has this shit grown? Well, because men like seeing naked women. Women naked is awesome. Like men naked, like let's be real here. Like I'm in great shape. I have great abs. It goes down. I have flat stomach, veins going down, got the V going into my, and then you got this like, the male penis is a very ugly object. Like the female body is just gorgeous. Like boobs, oh my goodness, they're amazing. Like even bad boobs are awesome, right? And then the female body is just amazing, right? So I look at bodies, you know, as a bodybuilder, I look at even the male body as an art form. I'm not sexually attracted to it. But like I can look at a male body and say that's fucking amazing. That's awesome. But like a female, even if she's not in the best of shape, right? Even if she's not even like an exercise, but the female body is just so gorgeous to me. It's just such a beautiful sight to behold that I can see where, you know, men who like women, you know, or women who like women want to see naked women. My argument is go find a woman and, you know, and court her and date her and get married to her and see her naked every day, or at least when she's not in a bad mood. Yeah, I already read this one, Sneaky McNugget. FYI, it is possible to find wife material on Tinder. I know. So I'm not hating on Tinder. I'm saying it's too easy. Like, I can't even talk because I didn't even ask my wife out on our first date. She asked me out on AOL Instant Messenger. She's like, here were her exact words. And I might get a little bit wrong. It's been a while. You're so dreamy. You are the greatest football player I've ever seen play the game. I would be honored to accompany you in a date if you'll have me. I'm like, hold on, let me check my Rolodex. And back then they were actual Rolodexes. So I spun the Rolodex and I'm like, nah, I have nobody I'm going to see that day. So like, yeah, I looked at my calendar on the wall because we didn't have electric calendars back then. Yep, that was it. No, I'm playing. She asked me out, but it was because Well, she didn't say anything nice like that. She did ask me out though. Can't deny that. You have to go to the grave with that one. Marc, how you been? I like the shirt. Thank you, Z Ambrosia. Check out the back. The back's dope. How about that sacred energy? House parties. Yeah. So used to meet girls at house parties back in the day. You're right. You're right, Robert. Bruno's journey. I wonder once you break that addiction to porn, does your brain does your brain heal itself? What I mean is, I know too much porn resensitizes, but I believe the cause problems. Yes, it will. So it's all about the dopamine, right? And it's all about unrealistic expectations. So like, put it to you this way, like, let's say I'm a paramedic. Let's go back to Lincoln. Okay, let's say I'm a paramedic for a year. I see a bunch of dead bodies. Then I go for a year without seeing a dead body. If I see a dead body, I'm like, whoa, it's going to catch me off guard, right? So the dopamine effect will definitely come back. And you start to kind of realize, and I mean, I'd imagine it would take, more time in regular relationships, where you're hanging out with your girlfriend or your wife, normal looking woman, wearing the granny panties to bed. And you're like, okay, I'm not talking about you. And I'm just saying in general, like most women aren't dressing up for bed. Like it's not like in the movies where like, you see this like movie and she goes to bed and she's wearing some hot like lingerie, those thin robes, you can see the nipple. No, that doesn't happen in real life. So the other night, my wife was wearing this like Japanese robe or something. And I saw her and she had glasses on. It was so hot. I was like, dude, we need to wear this every night. She hasn't worn it since. Just thinking about that, I'm glad you guys can't see under the desk here. So anyway, what? I'm still attracted to my wife after 26 years. I know what you're thinking, guys. There's no way you're a day over 29. Yes, we met when I was really, really young. So yeah, I do believe you could break the porn addiction. Just you could break a heroin addiction, right? I guess, maybe. Marc, are you a fist pump or a shake person? It depends on the situation. If it's someone I'm close to, I'm a hug guy. I'm a handshake into a hug guy. If it's in a professional setting, handshake. If it's my bro, what's up? Boom. So like, for example, Courtney at the gym, if he's busy with a client, it's quick, boom, fist bump. If I see him, we're like, what's up, bro? Salutation, boom, handshake into hug. OnlyFans preys on the weak-minded. It's the funniest things. It preys on bitch-ass simps. I mean, let's be real. Why not have a conversation? Well, let's be real. It's the internet generation, man. These kids they can't do anything that they're not texting. Tell you what, though, I got a story for you guys about last Halloween. So I took my son and his friends to a haunted house, and it's dope. It was like the biggest haunted house. It was like on a farm, but it was like acres and miles. It's like huge. So we went there and all the zombies were like sophomore and junior high school girls. And, the boys were like, man, these zombies are kind of cute. I'm like, all right. I said, any of y'all get a zombie's number, I'll give you $20. So anyway, dude, these kids, like this is when I knew my son had good friends and I wanted to hang out with them. Bro, they had better game than we had in the 90s, dude. Like, so this one kid was slick, the baseball player. I forgot his name. He goes like, hey, I think you're kind of cute. Meanwhile, she has like fake cuts over her face and she has like an arm missing. He goes, can I have your Snapchat? And they go and they like exchange Snapchats. They don't get numbers anymore. It was crazy. And so it was $40 that night. Like they had game. So I do think that parts of society still has maintained game. It's late. I'm tired. The kids are, I need to shower. So many else. We're at the age now where I think we both mutually fall asleep. It's not meant to. It's like, yep, tonight's the night. It's like, man, maybe she forgot because I'm really tired. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Robert. Insurgent. That's right. We're unstoppable. 20% off, coupon code OF20. Good video. Thank you, Biggie. I appreciate you. Did you see the video Callie did about your company? I think I'm done with it. Like, it's like arguing with a third grader. I don't even want to insult him now because it'll just encourage more stupidity. It's like when someone argues with stuff that just doesn't make any sense, have no idea the topic they're arguing. It's like, you know what? I really think that the earth is round. Then he's like, telephone poles are made of steel. It's like, huh? It's just a... It's hilarious. You guys see Johnny Bravo's video? It was kind of funny. Can you do a peck bounce? It'll make my day. Anonymous, you're freaking me out, but I'll do it just for you. There, I gave you 2. Oatmeal versus cream of wheat diet tips. Whichever you prefer. I will tell you this. If looking for health benefits, oatmeal has fiber and beta-glucans. So if you're looking at overall health and longevity benefits, I would say that oatmeal would win. How? Because beta-glucans are just dope, right? However, whichever you prefer that helps you fit your macros and have a balanced diet, right? Like whichever you prefer. I wouldn't really go crazy over that. Hey, Mr. Lobliner, hope you and your family are well. Off topic, what's a good program an athlete trying to get more explosive and stronger? There's no real program. I would suggest you get individual programming. For that, I recommend you go to legacyatcarbon.com. That's legacyatcarbon.com. We will customize a training program for you to become not only a better athlete, but, well, you'll be a better athlete. And it'll be programmed specifically for you by myself and my partner, Bryce Beal. You see if I already answered that one. Ron Stoppable, low-key looks like the Tiger Fitness logo. Hey, Ron, I think I should hire Ron right now. From Marc Duncombe, prostitution is the oldest trade in the world. OnlyFans, just the internet take on it. Good take, Mark. Good take. Bruno's journey, white knuckle, meaning quick porn on my own out help. I know, Bruno. I was just play on words. Play on words. Okay. LMFAO, you're freestyling that AOL message. She gave me the dirty look, man. Nah, my wife. So my wife was, she was my little sister, not literally. Our freshman year, which means she would bring me candy before games. And my freshman and sophomore year, I was absolute trash. So she's like, why'd I get this fucking loser? He doesn't even play. I didn't play one down as a freshman. Sophomore year, I started, but only because we had 14 people on the JV team. And then I gained 70 pounds my sophomore to junior year and became really good, like really good. And so going to our senior year, I was pretty heavily looked at. People were looking forward to seeing me play my senior year. So she probably knew me just from school because it's not like she cared about the football team. She just like cheered. So I think that, how do I put so I think that it was easy because she was the cheerleading captain. I was the football captain. And honestly, we just we hit it off so well. Like I knew on our first date, I know this sounds stupid, but I knew that we'd get married. Like after that date, I remember calling my friend at the time. His name was Daniel Palmer. And I'm like, and Daniel was my guy. He's the guy, like if I went on a date, I'd tell him everything about it. And I'd make fun of them, but I'm like, dude, I think this is the one. And he's like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm like, no, this is the one. This is it. I'm like, this is it. And everybody thought I was crazy. And turns out I am crazy because we ended up getting married. So, and 26 years later, we're still here for some fucking reason. It's Alex Johnson. OnlyFans have made the barrier to entry into porn industry for girls so much easier. It's scary to think that there are so many young women who have a false sense of self-worth. Let's be honest, they're sex workers. OnlyFans models are sex workers. It is what it is. If you want to be a sex worker to make money legally, by all means, you do you. But what happened if you are a single dad and you're raising your kids, can't date someone and no time? Honestly, going on OnlyFans, paying someone to pretend to be your girlfriend online, not the way. You can find time. You can find time to date someone. You can find time. Plenty single dads can get a babysitter and go on a date. Go on Match.com. Find something. Just come on. Porn's not the answer. Hand of Fatima. No, actually, this is not the hand of Fatima. This is literally a guy named Amir. Literally just drew this up. It was inspired by some things, but we created this logo. Me and my homies used to say Pern all the time. Oh my God. Just tell her next time that you hate it. I'm pretty sure she's wearing it tomorrow night. Yeah. Yeah, dude. The thin robe, that was hot. That was super hot. Cutting diets really mess up my TEP levels on a veto. Any tips to prevent this? Make sure your fat is adequate, meaning about, I'd say at least 20% of your diet. Try not to dip it under 50 grams. Try Insurgent. I'm serious. Try Insurgent. Now's a good time. Coupon code OF20. Try Insurgent. Come on, man. How often do I promote product? I really thought that, sorry about that. I really thought that this would give an opportunity for me to talk about it because damn good product. I don't use OnlyFans, but I know they're starting to market non-sexual contact. Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson, an MMA podcast. Yeah, but I'm talking about specifically the porn. Yeah, Callie's stupidity is exhausting now. I can't keep up. It's like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I have an off-topic question, no matter what I do. I have elbow pain, and now it's when I raise dumbbells. So I recommend a product called Machine Motion from MTS Nutrition. That's my favorite product. And also I take Golden from Ambrosia. So Machine Motion in the morning, Golden at night. But honestly, if you're lifting heavy, your elbows are going to be sore. They're just going to hurt. If you want, you go to a doctor. They can look it up. They'll probably just inject you with cortisone. I have had a cortisone shot in my thumb. Fuck that. It made it feel good for a month, and now it hurts just as bad as it did before. It did nothing to heal it. When I was boxing, I think I dislocated or did something, and that created arthritis in this thumb. And that's one of the reasons I can't really box right now. My right thumb on my power hand is just weak. And it hurts every time I throw, every time I strike. So, again, if I were you, I'd avoid movements that really hurt it. But I would just train through it. And I'm not a doctor. Again, see a doctor. I have to say that. But dude, I live with elbow pain. But it's mitigated a lot by one, keeping my fats adequate, and two is taking the Machine Motion and the Ambrosia Golden. Bro, I'm married. I feel your struggles. My man. It's all good. Love you like a play cousin, like that. How did you and Chris Jones meet? Online. It was back in, I think, 2013. And we did a collaboration together, and we've been really good friends ever since. Found my wife on Match. Dude, one of my good friends, he's still married. I think this is in 2008. Yeah, one of my good friends used to be one of the VPs for one of my companies. He actually found his wife on JDate. He's Jewish. JDate is like Match.com for Jews. Adderall and Ritalin, which one should I take? I'm not a doctor. I like mental jewels. Is there anything as too much fiber? There's anything as too much water. There's always too much something. For fiber, you're looking at 30 to 50 grams a day. That's around the sweet spot. I like to make sure if I don't get, I'll get in a supplement form. I'll take some extra psyllium husk if I don't get enough fiber throughout the day. But yeah, I recommend, there is too much fiber. I had, for my IBS, my doctor actually recommended more fiber. So he didn't say there would be too much. He said, eat more fiber. And if you start farting a lot, cut it back a little. That was his medical advice. And to be honest with you, probably the best medical advice I've ever had. My IBS has never been under more control. Thank you, Marc. You're the best. Definitely top 5, but maybe not the best. Should individuals who aren't diabetic worry about glycemic levels and eating low glycemic foods? So it's always good to keep things in perspective, to eat healthy foods, whole food meals. So for example, something like the Outright bar has honey in it, which has a very low glycemic response. What I would recommend you do is, so you don't have to give up foods you love, either MTS Nutrition Nutrient Driver or Ambrosia Alchemy. Those are two good options that actually have berberine and other ingredients. Alchemy has something called NC2, which actually help to control your blood sugar levels. I do believe that having too much insulin all the time isn't the healthiest thing, but insulin's not necessarily a bad thing. You just don't want to have constant spikes and drops, mainly for energy levels, overall health, a bunch of different markers that it affects. We going to see what this internet insurgent hitting on, how long before I notice anything. It works pretty fast. It does. A lot of people, but we have blood work. People send in blood work where their testosterone will go up. Again, 20% is the average, right? So that means that some people might respond more, some might respond less. But at the end of the day, if you look at 20%, like people like, oh, that's a very fair claim. Think about it this way. If your testosterone levels are at 100, it brings you up to 120. That's not that crazy, right? But if you were to inject a gram of test a week, it would bring you up to like 10,000. So going from 100 to 120 completely feasible naturally, is it enough to elicit results? Not necessarily acute results. I'm never going to lie to you guys and misrepresent my products, but having 20% higher testosterone will bring your body in a more conducive environment to muscle gains. And it'll bring your testosterone up, which it'll help you in the bedroom, in the boardroom, and in the weight room. So that's what we do. Seth Frosi and I, every time we see each other, we're very cordial. I love Seth. Now with AI, it's hard to tell if a woman you talk to online is for real. I'm glad I'm married now. It looks like hell to be single these days. Oh, the catfishing. But remember those 900 numbers when we were kids, if you're over 40? And supposedly like that, this hot chick, and then like the woman picking up the phones, like this fat chick in a trailer park. Tiger Fitness, what's up, Mark, you big hunk of man? And the chat, what's up, Simply Deep? What a great name for this conversation. Tiger Fitness, so how's your day going? It's going good, man. Took 40 minutes out of my day to do this, and got to get back to work after this. Been following the same training split for 2 years. Time to change. If you're getting results, no. If you're getting results, just keep going. Like, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Hey, Mark, does rice contain sugar? I mean, I know people are diabetic and want to avoid rice. Rice is stable for us to build muscle. Rice is not a staple of you to build muscle and strength. Rice is simply a pretty hypoallergenic carbohydrate that's very simple, meaning that while rice doesn't contain sugar, rice is a very simple carbohydrate, which your body will very readily convert to glucose in the body. What I recommend you do, Neil, there's a lot of good videos. I can't think of any now. Read on about how glucose works in the body. For example, even taking in a protein converts to glucose if you have enough protein in your body via a process known as gluconeogenesis. So your body converts old carbohydrate to glucose. So whether rice contains sugar or not, I don't think you should look at sugar as black and white because, for example, honey, like in the outright bars, honey is a very diabetic friendly, slow digesting sugar. It's fructose. However, if you were to just with white sugar, your blood glucose is going to be fucked up. Also, when you have like, let's say a saturated fat with a carbohydrate, it elicits a higher blood sugar and insulin response. So I think that's very simplistic. I would simply say, and I don't know why people think rice is a staple for you to want to build muscle and strength. Rice is literally devoid of micronutrients. I don't know why people think that rice is a must, but what rice is, it's easy to digest and it's just simple carbs. That's it. It's carbohydrate. It does nothing but provide your body with carbohydrate. That's it. It does nothing. There's no other intrinsic value to rice. Is reverse dieting a better way of increasing calories while keeping body fat levels down versus bulking? Reverse dieting is bulking. It literally is bulking. It's the same thing. You're raising calories to control weight gain. It's literally the same thing. I would love to see a Seth collaboration. Now that Tiger Fitness carries Axe and Sledge, I think that is a probability. At 41 years old, at 5'8", 322, what would you suggest this person first? I would recommend, number one, being more cognizant of eating, of what you eat. Try to eat. My brother calls it the ELS diet, eat less shit. Another be hydration. Make sure you're properly hydrating. And if you're that fucking fat, like 322 is fat as fuck, just go on an evening walk. Aim for 30 minutes of walking a day because your joints in your body will not be able to handle much more than that. I took a week off from the gym and just walked 30 minutes a day. I lost 5 pounds. I wasn't sure if that was fat or muscle. Joe, that's why I'm here. I am the omnipotent, all-knowing guru. Okay, that's Andrew Huberman. Okay, so it has been shown in research that it takes around 3 weeks to start losing muscle. So I would not worry about a week off. You lost 5 pounds. You know what that 5 pounds probably was? Intracellular glycogen. When you train, it brings more hydration into the muscle. So don't worry about it. Just get back to the gym and you have a good 3 weeks of vacation before you have to worry about muscle loss. Thank you for your insight and spending your time with us. Have a great day, Mark. Thank you. And Ron Stoppel, damn dude, I'm gonna cut the comments right there again. Just for this video, Insurgent coupon code OF20 raises your free and total testosterone by 20%. Also works on increasing libido. 2 key ingredients are Prima V and Alpha NRG, all at their studied doses. Human data. Okay, guys, appreciate you guys. I'm going to play an ad at the end for something called Immortal, which you all should be taking. If you're not taking it, you need to start taking it because it's freaking awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner, and that's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy.
I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortal's for you.